Do you want to know the single most traumatizing experience I had growing up in the Bible Belt within conservative Christianity? I was taught from the time that I was born that homosexuality is not only sinful, but depraved and disgusting and evil, and I metabolized this message from before I could even speak. I vividly remember approaching puberty and desperately praying I wouldn't be attracted to girls. It's almost like my little soul just knew. You can imagine how relieved I was, though, when my attraction to boys kicked in. And you can imagine how devastated I was when I realized that I was also attracted to girls. My family and my community were deeply homophobic, and I was deeply depressed. I can't tell you how many sermons I sat through, how many youth groups I sat through, how many conversations I sat through that centered around how evil and disgusting homosexuality is, how evil and disgusting this part of myself was. The sobering truth is that at many times I wanted to die. I truly don't know what would have happened to me and how my path would have been different had I not had my attraction to boys to fall back on. For my own survival, I did my best to drown this aspect of my being. I was begging God to change me, begging the devil to leave me, begging to be different. And every time I heard my parents or church or community talk about gay people, it felt like an out of body experience. I dissociated from this aspect of who I was to survive, and I dated boys like crazy to remain in hiding. There is no getting around the fact that this experience is psychologically traumatizing. I certainly did not choose this reality for myself, despite hearing this constantly from those around me. Isn't it weird to think that we're told that this is a choice? Like, who in their right mind would choose to be queer while surrounded by a community who hates queer people? Anyway, purity culture alone gave me enough to untangle regarding even heterosexuality, much less this quote unquote evil aspect of my own sexuality. And through college and into my adult years, I came to the conclusion that there's no possible way this aspect of who I am is defective or evil or something to be ashamed of. I did nothing to invite it, and none of the serious efforts I made to stop it worked. If God truly didn't want me to be queer, why not just answer my prayer and fix me? I experienced a huge level of relief that I hadn't previously experienced in college when I took a course called Human Sexual Behavior, and the professor talked about sexuality as if it existed on a spectrum versus the strict binaries that our society is still currently wrestling over. I went home and I sobbed. I've been with my husband for 15 years now. He embraces every single part of me, and he accepts me for exactly who I am. It still devastates me to think of all the gay kids growing up right now inside Christian cultures who are hearing about how evil they are every single day. I cry over the pain that they experience, the trauma that they're going to have to work through, and the unnecessary suffering that they face during these formative years of life. I know I'm a lucky one because my whole family deconstructed and have deeply apologized for the teachings that they once followed. And I'm not the only queer one in my family. To the ones who are different, to the ones who don't fit in, to the binaries, the ones who have felt rejected and alone, I'm with you, I see you, I accept you, and I love you.